everyone. Today I'll be going over some special features or just weird things about the MR2 that some of you may or may not know about. And so let's get on to it. See right here that we have a Toyota MR2, and MR2 stands for either, I think officially means, stands for midship runabout two-seater, or some people might call it mid-engine rear-wheel drive two-seater. They're both correct, technically, so it doesn't really matter which way you call it. But then, this is where the interesting part comes in, is that not many people know that the MR2 exists. And so, whenever I point out that there's a Toyota that is mid-engine, or the engine is back here, in the middle here, between the trunk and the cabin, people get all excited and curious. Now, first of all, when I pop open the hood, this doesn't have the standard Toyota logo. Instead, there's the Phoenix, or I just like to call it the Screaming Chicken. Start with the front. Now, the first thing I want to show you guys is the jacks. The jack is something that, you got a flat tire, you jack up your car to change your tire or something. But then, the thing is, it doesn't just stay in place like that. It just wiggles around. So what do you do to keep the jack from moving all over the place or falling off while driving? It's simple, and I actually haven't found this out or figured it out because I'm a freaking genius, is that you simply just turn the jack over, turn the jack such that, like that. And then now it stays in place. And I have not noticed that until recently. And let's see. So, and of course the spare tires in the front because the engine's not in the front. Next thing is, and I'm talking about the front lip, or what is officially called the front valence spoiler. It's this part right here that connects all around to the other side, of course. And it's a two-piece connected right in the middle here, where the crack is, right here. And that it officially is said to have some function. It's it's a spoiler, so but for the Mark 1A models, it's all just one piece. And then I haven't shown you this when I had the hood back on up position, but the radiator is angled upward. It's facing up. It's for special cooling reasons that I haven't really researched into yet, but it's not just 90-degree straight. It's angled up. And the next thing I want to talk about is the side skirts, or rocker panels, or whatever you like to call it. This is steel. This is fiberglass. They're two different things. This one is lighter. The fiberglass is lighter. And what else is fiberglass? The spoiler here should be part of an aero package. The spoiler should be the same color as the body, but I'm not sure. This might be an added-on spoiler from the factory, something I haven't yet got to figure out yet. And so back to the front though, what I'd like to show you is on the front, there's a separate piece right in front of the headlight here. And now people ask what that is, and it's what we call an eyebrow, or what I call an eyebrow. It eliminates a gap between the headlight and the bumper, because sometimes you need to do some special maintenance or something, and you'll need this to cover up the gap in between, or else it's going to look quite ugly. And going up to the top here, we have the antenna. Now this is so 80s. It's connected down to the A-pillar here, and this thing could retract or lift up. It could go much further up, but it's kind of deformed over the years. So now another thing I want to talk about is this gap right here. It's on both sides. It's the same thing on the other side. There's a gap. And now what this gap does, I originally thought that there was supposed to be a gap here because I don't know, the previous owner took apart the seals or that were here or something, because there's some steel sticking out here, but apparently it's not. I've seen other MR2s that with moonroofs or without moonroofs or hardtops, and I realized they don't have the seals either. They're just empty here, and the reason for that is, there's a special reason actually, is that there is a hole in here, inside here, that basically drains the water. So this acts as a gutter to drain the rainwater down this pillar, out this vent right here. So that's why there are lots of rust issues over here with some cars, is because the water goes through here, and eventually sometimes water accumulate over here, so that's why there's rust issues. And of course this vent also serves as a vent for air vent in here, I think. I'm not sure, but there's a vent in here going through here, so I think that might be it, but I'm not sure about that one. So next up, I would have to go inside the car and show you something, and it's this button. And yes, I have a sticker on here because I don't know, ours it fell off. But originally there should be a blank button there, because it's for the ECT for automatic transmission. ECT stands for electronic control transmission, so there's a button for that, for automatic versions only. And this is a manual car, so of course it doesn't have that function. And of course of course my car doesn't have it, but I'm gonna install it soon. There should be a center console box for some cars. That's an option, and that console box holds cassette tapes. Yes, cassette tapes, very 80s. It holds cassette tapes and a little bit of storage for you. There's a box that goes from here, that's about this wide, and it goes up to like here, about here. So there you go. And the thing with most MR2s, or all MR2s, that they should have a really tall shift knob, a tall leather shift knob that's tall. That should be taller than this. This one is probably not standard. Probably comes from an 88.6. So this is not the stock knob, I'm assuming. This must be something from like an old Corolla from the 80s. And of course, this car is, at its time, more modern and futuristic than other cars, because you see this part here? I could put a phone right here, and that's futuristic. I mean, which car in the 80s has a dedicated smartphone holder, right? Let's see. When we get out of the car, we have something that bothers me, sort of, is that the gas cap is on the left side, the driver's side. And on the right side, there's a vent. And these vents are functional. They're for there to cool. There's a fan connected behind it, so it has better cooling. Forgot to mention, or I almost forgot to mention, is that the engine air is mounted not sideways. Not only is it sideways, actually, it's transverse. It's mounted backwards. I mean, as you can see here, the text here is backwards. The text is facing the front, and that's because Toyota did some special engineering with the car, and basically it's a Corolla in reverse. So yeah, that's basically a short video that, I don't know, just I made for fun so that I don't keep you guys in the cold and not upload videos to YouTube. So these are the interesting things I think, or that I think are interesting on the MR2 and you guys might like. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I can upload some more videos soon.